I fucking hate newspapers. Dude, like, they are so ridiculously cheap. Like, not in price, but in just, like, content. Because what they do is just they take a story, they take facts that they have and turn them into an opinion, which they present, again, like it's a fact. Which is pretty ridiculous if you think about it. Because the last thing that should be treated like a fact is an opinion. And we see that in this modern time a lot, that we just have opinions being treated as facts all the fucking time, and that pisses me off so fucking much. It's not even funny anymore. Like, when I read a newspaper article, and a few hours later I read the actual facts about it, about what the article was about. It's kind of shocking what the article often says is true, or is all right, or is racist, or is not racist, or whatever. And I read the facts and I don't see that. And I must ask myself, why do so many people still read newspapers? And I'm not just talking about the actual paper newspapers. There are also online newspapers. Not all of them are shit, but most of the big ones are shit. And this applies to pretty much every language that I know, where you just have articles being written which are complete and utter fucking trash, and people read that and they are really satisfied. And the reason that there are so many different newspapers is exactly that. There are a lot of different opinions, and you have a lot of different political parties and other kind of parties that just need representation in some kind of form. And well, you could say propaganda, but it's, well, people don't like that word for a good reason. So yeah, but basically it's propaganda for some political party, for some political whatever. And it's not even about the newspaper doesn't have to be owned by the party or some shit like that. It's just that people get obsessed with the political views so much that they will treat their own opinion as true, as a fact, as the only truth, just because a lot of other people think that it's the truth as well. And the internet doesn't particularly help with this phenomenon, with this whole thing, because you just kind of, when you have any idea, like, you think, oh wait, I don't know, there's I really don't fucking know, like, there is only, I don't know, fat people working at McDonald's or some shit like that, which is not true. And you go on the internet and you search that, you will find thousands of people who have the same opinion and think exactly the same like you. Because with it's nearly 8 billion right now, I think, people on the planet, and more than half of them, I think, about more than half of them, do have somewhat limited internet access. There is going to be so many opinions that overlap and that they are the same. It's just, I think it's kind of ridiculous that we still think that an opinion can be as much worth as a fact, but it's not. If you say, oh, my opinion is that the world is flat, well, you are wrong, right? As soon as I bring up one argument about why it's round, and the same thing applies to religion. When you say, well, I think, or I believe is the better word in this case. When I say, well, I believe that, I don't fucking know, God made the earth and everything that is, like, evolution didn't exist and shit, then I only have to bring up a few arguments which prove you wrong. And it's not opinion versus opinion at that point. It's fact versus opinion, because facts have this kind of highest status, which, well, they should have a higher status than any other thing, because what we have all agreed on as a species is that when we can prove that something works everywhere in the same conditions, we say that it's kind of a law, all right? And I mean, we call it theory often. That's just another word for law and science, kind of. So when somebody tells us, well, the Earth is flat, and then I ask them, well, how does gravity work there? I have no fucking idea, because they can't explain how it works, but they just say, well, I believe it just works. And that's the most ridiculous thing. Obviously, because they are flat earthers, you can't argue with them. But this applies to a lot of different opinions that people have, especially about social and political shit. And it just kind of pisses me off that you can say whatever the fuck you want, and it can be accepted as, well, he tells the truth or some shit like that, because you just don't. When you just what I'm trying to say is, an opinion is never the same as a fact. An opinion can be based on facts, but that doesn't make the opinion any more right. It just makes the opinion a lot more followable, you know? People can follow it a lot more and can say, okay, well, this opinion makes sense. It's based on facts, which is, in my opinion, a little bit better than just an opinion that is based on beliefs. But, yeah. And of course, the argument can be made that, well, science is just a belief, like scientists believe in science. And I mean, that's true. Everything is kind of a belief if you take the word that way. Like, belief just means that you think it's right. Like, everything is that, but that doesn't make science any less truth. Because, well, the matter of the fact is, religion has worked for a few thousand years, and that is just because it's oppressive. And I don't say that in an SJW way. I just say, like, it's actually oppressive. It's not even funny. Most people who are religious, and I speak about the main big religions like Islam and Christianity, right? For example, and they work only with oppression. And I don't say that is a bad thing. It makes sense in a world where there are no laws and no law enforcement. But in the modern world, we have law enforcement, we have laws, and they work pretty well. And if you don't do anything wrong, it's pretty unlikely that you will ever be punished, which is not the same in religion, where the basic human functions can be a sin, which is ridiculous, in my opinion. And I say that as an opinion, not as a fact. Because, of course, it's just my opinion. But if you go and you look at any religion and how they treat sexuality, it's ridiculous. It's like a 5-year-old wrote that, yeah, we should not have sex with anyone. Yeah, shut the fuck up. That's the only reason why we actually exist. So, what the fuck is wrong with you? And, of course, you could argue with biology. You could say, well, the human is a kind of species that has the strategy to only have a few kids, but a few children, and have really strong bonds with them, and make sure they don't die, which would be true in my opinion. But well, then again, that is a culture thing. But we're talking about biology and not about culture. For example, rabbits do the exact opposite. They just have like thousands of kids. I'm obviously exaggerating, but they have so many fucking little rabbit kids. I don't know how they are called right now, but and that's just because they know that like 50% of them are gonna fucking die because of hunger, because they're gonna get eaten or something like that. And there are two words for that in biology, but I don't know what they are in English. I'm not gonna fucking search that up right now. But people who know biology know what the fuck I'm talking about. So there are just two strategies that mammals have. I think not only mammals, but mainly mammals have. But back to the topic. So I'm just fucking pissed at newspapers. I mean, that's obviously clear right now at this point. And I mean, it's alright if you like newspapers, that's fine. And it's understandable that you like newspapers because newspapers, simply put, are fuel for your own opinion. You read a newspaper because it supports the same opinion you have, or you read a newspaper because you want to hear a different opinion on a topic. But what I do, I read some news sources, which are as much not opinionated as possible. Um, and obviously scientific articles and shit like that, for some topics they exist, so that's a good thing. And um, I can make my own opinion, and I can give other people these sources, these articles, and tell them to read them, and they can make their own opinion, and we can discuss that. I don't need a fucking newspaper with some random journalist that has no fucking idea about the world. Maybe. I mean, there are some good journalists, but most journalists here in Germany that wrote these fucking newspapers are they're some retarded moron fucking idiots who have like literally no sense for what is a fact and what is just a rumor or some shit like that. And I'm going off in another whole nother rant direction here. But I just wanted to get that off my chest. And yeah, I hope the sound quality is good. I will re-listen to it now, but I hope it's good. I'm in a different house right now, and future videos will be here. Well, future sound recordings, anyways. And yeah, I hope that the sound quality is good because the microphone was fucking really pricey. And yeah, thank you for listening to me, and I would love to hear your opinion down below in the comments, because I just want to know how you feel about this and how you feel about newspapers. And you don't have to agree with me. Hell no. If you agree with me, that's just boring, isn't it? No, but it's just, I want to hear your opinion, because it's kind of why I make this video and videos like this where I express my opinion. Just like, I want other people to understand my opinion, and then I want to listen to their opinion, which I can't do in the household I'm in, because when I say my opinion, everybody just goes like, "Oh, you're so blah 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 blah, shut the fuck up," because I have my opinions and I don't listen to a lot of other people that tell me what my opinions are supposed to be, like newspapers, which would tell me that my opinion is supposed to be that, like, Angela Merkel, the fucking chancellor of this country, that she's like the fucking, like a fucking saying, which she isn't. And other newspapers say that she's the fucking devil, which she also isn't. Like, what the fuck is this? Well, anyways, I'm gonna end it here. Have a nice day. See ya.